ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. And I had to have a quick think about which day we were in because, I mean, the days go by so quickly. And I noticed before the live stream, and this is why I questioned whether this was correct, because I know that in the last live stream, we passed 338,000 subscribers, which was amazing. And it's just gone past 339,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that is double amazing, which is great, which made me question whether a week had passed, and I was pretty sure that it hadn't. But anyway, hello everybody, thank you for joining me tonight on the live stream, and I can see you guys in the live chat room, and we have Cindy, 123, Rockchild, Billy, Bella, Tammy, 58, Marine, Dawn, Carl, Janice, Debbie, Charlie, Linda, Julesy, Bob's in there as well, Ro, Pauline, Cindy, Paul, Guitar, Tim, Bev, Howard's in there as well, Jackie. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Now, last night on Patreon I did post about what was happening today with me, and I was supposed to be getting my car charger fixed because I have an electric car, but the electrician came and tried to look at everything, did all the tests, and this is the second time an electrician has been out, and my plug charger, car charger, I've got a plug charger as well, but the actual car charger, which doesn't take 500 years to charge it, that is just not working, even though it should be working. All of the tests that he did, he said it should be working, but it's not working. So there you go. So unfortunately, it's still not working, and it stopped working before 2024. I think maybe on the 28th of December, something like that. So yes, still unable to charge my car, and just waiting for another person to come round, and they're either going to have to replace it with, the company's called Project EV, and they look after like the whole of the UK, I think, in terms of being the main supplier of chargers and all that kind of stuff. So, and this is the second one that I've had, because the first one didn't work, or it did work, and then it started having problems. So then I got a second one, a totally new one installed, which is now broken. So he said, right, they're going to try a third one in, I don't know, a few days' time. And if that doesn't work, they'll then start trying a different manufacturer of the car chargers. So let's just accept it's going to be a little bit longer, but also we might have to accept, and I think a lot of people think this anyway, that we're not ready for electric cars. There's no way. Imagine my problem on a nationwide scale, that lots of people in the UK now can't charge their cars, because I'm lucky in that I don't have to go anywhere. I do have to go to get a haircut tomorrow, and that's another thing. Quick hair update. As you can see, I did say on Saturday that we're going to have to dodge a bullet on Tuesday because my hair is so long. Just being able to see anything is going to be a minor miracle. So I can see, but it kind of looks like I've either been caught in a storm or I'm auditioning for the Beatles, some kind of, I don't know, a tribute band. So yeah, I did say we had to dodge a bullet, and I think we've taken a bit of a flesh wound rather than dodging the bullet altogether. But this is it. Tomorrow I will have a haircut. And I'm trying to think when I last had a haircut, and maybe that explains why it's so unruly at this time. But anyway, so tomorrow I will be having a haircut, and in order to make it to the haircut, I have charged my car today with the plug, which you just stick into the wall. And like I said, it takes about, I say 200 years. It probably takes about 4 or 5 hours to get enough of a charge there to maybe go to a place and then come back. So yeah, I should be okay for the haircut tomorrow, which is, you know, just in a bit of a crisis situation. So I had to charge it in order to make that happen. And then hopefully the proper charger will be sorted out soon, so that I can actually go and do things that I would normally do if I have to go and, I don't know, get supplies from shops for food and water and that kind of thing, then I at least have the ability to do that. So that would be nice. But anyway, like I said, yeah, the infrastructure just doesn't exist for electric cars. And yeah, imagine if everyone in the UK had a similar problem and they have to go to work. They would literally have to go to work in a few hours' time, what, about 8 or 9 hours, maybe 10 hours from now, and they can't use their car. Or they could maybe get to work, but they usually charge it at night. So then they could get to work and they couldn't get back to work because now their charger doesn't work. So yeah, it would be an absolute nightmare if lots of people had electric cars, even though in this country they try and push people to do it because of the climate and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, I don't drive lots of places anyway, so I can kind of get away with having an electric car, but it's still a bit of a pain to think that if you suddenly need to go somewhere, if there's an emergency somewhere, like say in Marlow where my sister lives and my nephews, if there's some kind of emergency, I'd have to say, oh, can you hold the emergency? Unless I could get a bus, I'll have to start getting a bus timetable out. But anyway, yes, so sadly that's not happening, but hopefully I'll get fixed in the future, and at least I can make it to the haircut and back, so that's a positive. Anyway, yes, let me get the subscriber pop-up thing up on screen, because I said about passing 339,000 subscribers, which is crazy. I think it must have only just happened, maybe today, earlier on, because it does seem to have gone up very quickly since Saturday night. So thank you guys for subscribing, hitting that notification bell as well. You will need to do that in order to get notified for all of the videos. So yeah, and the live streams. So hitting the thumbs up is great as well on the videos, as well as the live streams, because we always aim for, let me make everybody quiet, we always aim for a particular target, a likes goal, and it's set at 104. And no, it's not set at 104. It's set at 385. But the 104B, as you can see on your screens, that's the fill jam we're going to be having, which I'm going to explain, because in the last fill jam, I think there was another one that was labelled as 104. And because, I mean, I've got quite small screens here, especially on the left-hand side, so clicking on the right thing's a bit of a nightmare anyway. But because there were two called 104, I obviously clicked on the wrong one, and it was Neo Soul. And I didn't realise at the time, I don't really make a mental note of the tracks that we've done and that we haven't done, or remember what they sound like. So yeah, I wasn't aware that I was playing along to one that we've actually had before. So yeah, the 104 that I clicked on was the wrong 104. So yeah, Joe let me know after the last live stream, and it's now 104B. That's what we're now calling it. So that's what we're going to be having later on tonight if we hit the target of 385. So yeah, a big target again for tonight. So if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. And let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a huge shout out to these lovely people at the bottom of the screen. You know who you are. We also have a vote for tonight's cover video, of course, and that's between Parisian Walkways, which has been, I think, an option for the last maybe 4 or 5 live streams. Maybe tonight is going to be the night that we actually get Parisian Walkways. But anyway, yeah, it's between Parisian Walkways and Behind Blue Eyes. So you can click on either of those at the top of the live chat room. And Behind Blue Eyes, I believe, is in the lead at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that. Right, now we might have a little bit more time for either a riff of the week or a fill tune a little bit later on, because we don't have a picture corner tonight. But I mean, we do have the usual, and when I say the usual, let me get the donations tab up on screen, because I know that people do donate regularly, even though you don't have to. Just watching this live stream is great, just turning up is great, and hitting the thumbs up, introducing yourself, leaving a comment in that live chat room. So yes, I think it's important that if you do donate, not that you have to, but some people can't resist, I think it's important that you know between 45 and 60% of every donation goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal, and there's a PayPal link in the description below. So that is all of the technical stuff dealt with. And I know there has been a donation already from Paul for $5. So thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, looks like 339,000 subscribers. Hooray. Let's have fun tonight. Spike those likes all y'all. So thank you for that, Paul. That's just, I kind of looked away before actually reading the all y'all. I just assumed it was there, and it was there. So thank you for that, Paul. There have been donations over on PayPal as well, and we have one from Orlando for £3.75. So thank you for that, Orlando. And this was at 7:41 on Sunday morning. So the message is, I listened in on the Saturday live stream because I was watching an NFL, American football, playoff game. You never were able to read the original message regarding Saturday because I sent it to the wrong person. That person was happy to receive some surprise cash. Laugh out loud. So thank you for that, Orlando. So obviously one of the donations went a bit AWOL on the last live stream, but thank you for that explanation and this donation tonight. And we've had another donation of £5 from Roseanne. So thank you for that, Roseanne. And the message is, hi Phil, do you have a favourite Queen song? Thanks and take care. So thank you for that, Roseanne. And I mean, even though it's cliche, Bohemian Rhapsody, I'd have to say that is probably the Queen song that I've listened to the most. But I mean, Don't Stop Me Now as well. I say that with Bohemian Rhapsody when I was younger is probably the one that I listened to the most after Bohemian Rhapsody. So Don't Stop Me Now. Yeah, and there are so many. So, you know, you could. I like We Are the Champions just because, I mean, it's played at every sports event, and you know when a team wins, obviously. But I just like the way that Queen released a song that was called We Are the Champions because it's I don't know. It's a great song and everything, but when you're thinking about a band and a really confident band, and I don't know if anyone would get away with it nowadays, a song saying that they're the champions of the world, you know, kind of musically speaking, I don't know. So yeah, I like the fact that it fits so many sporting occasions, but also just releasing that song in the first place, basically saying we're the best, my friends. So anyway, I could go on all night with that, but thank you for that, Roseanne. And let me jump into the next donation. This came through from Anna. So thank you for this, Anna. And it's a donation of £6. And that is a straight up donation. So thank you for that. Right, there's been another one that has come through. And this is, another email about Anna's donation. So thank you for that, because I think it's saying that this is I don't know what it's saying. It's it's like amount paid £6, outstanding balance £6. I don't know what this is all about, but thank you, Anna, for that £6 donation. I think it's because it's going through every month. So thank you for that, Anna, if you have set that up intentionally, but if you haven't, don't worry about it, we can sort it out afterwards. So that must be why there's another email regarding that one. And Ghislaine has donated £17 as well, so thank you for that, Ghislaine. And that is a straight up donation. And Cindy has donated £25 as well, so thank you for that, Cindy. And the message is, hi Phil, any updates on the copyright cliffhanger? It's been over a month now. So thank you for that, Cindy. And I mean, I think I said this in a live stream at the time that I've got to wait till after January the 24th, at the very earliest, for everything to go through YouTube's system to see exactly where the copyright claim goes to and where the funds for the claim would go to. And that's all because YouTube always do things the month after. So I have to wait till January 24th to then start chasing things up. So yeah, I will keep you guys in the loop, but I say keeping you in the loop, I don't think this loop is going to be particularly fast moving, as it's always the case with record labels and especially copyrights, chasing up, claims that seem to be a little bit suspicious and all that kind of stuff. I don't think anyone's ever done it before. So this is why I think it might take a long time, because it seems like everything that I'm doing on the channel at the moment is things that people aren't doing. It's either finding claims from third-party companies that are doing something illegal with regard to copyrights, and then going to Universal and Sony and making sure that they don't know that that's going on, which they don't, then chasing that up, and then also showing people when, pitch corrections being used on particular performances and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's lots of stuff that, I don't know, is it controversial? I don't know, but yeah, my route has always been, and my focus has always been, just focus on the facts, and then everything will be fine. And that's all I do. And especially with the analysis videos, just showing you guys on the screen, what is true and what is not. So thank you, Nicole, as well, who has donated £8. And the message is, hi, Phil. This week, I'm studying English story, my country of heart. I do not forget the live stream. Best wishes and kiss. Rock always. So thank you for that, Nicole, for that donation. And just quickly to mention that you might have noticed Karen hasn't been in the live chat room recently, and we haven't seen Chipper on screen either. And yeah, Karen's just having a few health issues at the moment, is dealing with those, and she did say that she's missing the live streams, but once she's figured out a way to deal with the health issues, then she will be back. And I did say that I'd say something because I messaged her and she messaged me on Patreon, so I said that I'd mention something just in case people are thinking where Karen is. So yes, fingers crossed she will be back soon. But yeah, get well soon, Karen. I'm sure everybody wishes the same for you in that live chat room. And I think, Cindy says we need the likeometer. And just making sure that I'd set up the screen capture for it. I have. And yes, right, we've got 130 more people that we're looking for to hit that thumbs up. So if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be much appreciated, because then we get to have Phil Jam number 104B, and the maths was okay there. I waited for it to get to 55 because it made it a little bit easier to work out. So yeah, if you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, would be much appreciated. They really do help the channel to grow, and for these live streams to get out there a little bit more as well. So let's get back to where we were, which was the donation from Nicole, and then Steve donated £5 as well. So thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, if you could only have one guitar for the rest of your life, what would you choose and why? So thank you for that, Steve. And okay, I'd have to go for an electric guitar just because I play electric more than I do acoustic. So I'd go for that, and I could probably buy an effects processing unit to get an acoustic simulated sound. So I'd do that. As for which electric guitar, I would have to probably say a Fender Strat. And it's obviously going to be between the two that I have, my white Fender Strat and the Performer Series. I can't even point at it. It's just there. The Performer Series Strat. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to choose between those, because I don't know, this one behind me is more playable. It's just, I think, nicer to play than my Fender Strat is from 1986, so it's quite old now. So it's seen a lot of playing, and it's a little bit heavier, but it does have the dual blade pickup, or the twin blade pickup, that I've put on there to simulate a humbucker, so I can have heavier sounds. But I don't know, in terms of if I'd probably just flip a coin, and wherever it landed, I would choose that guitar because, yeah, I mean, the Strat behind me, the tonal variations, I'd say, are slightly more pronounced than my other Strat, which means that when you go to the neck pickup, like here, with the Performer Series Strat, you get even more of a full-bodied tone at the bottom end, which I really like the sound of. So yeah, I'd probably flip the coin, but I'd say that you get maybe 75 to 80% of that sound on my other Strat, but maybe it's just because it's so old, or maybe it just, now with the more recent technology, they can just squeeze out ever so slightly more frequency from the bottom end. So yeah, I'd flip a coin, and that would be the one that I went for. So it would be a Fender Strat, because I tend to think that, I mean, even though, you know, the gem, which is behind the microphone, and it's plugged in, so we will be having that with the fill jam if we hit the likes goal. But even though that's for, you know, faster playing and fast playing, you know, it's got a lower action and it's really easy to play, but I don't really play fast stuff. You know, I'm not particularly into, you know, sweep picking arpeggios and all that kind of stuff. I tend to play more consciously, which means that you're not now reliant on the guitar being made to play fast on, because yeah, when you start playing fast, it's all subconscious. So it, you know, and it's literally a case of playing as many notes as are required to go with whichever direction your pick is going. And when there's something that's worked out to that level, in order to, you know, come up with a run that it doesn't matter what the notes are, but they have to follow the alternate picking or the economy picking or whatever you're doing with the right hand. That's the most important thing, not the sound. It's how quickly you can get your pick to whichever string. And that string then determines which note you're playing next, because the pick is determining it rather than you coming up with it yourself and creating it yourself. You're just playing a run that's all about the right hand. It doesn't matter about the notes. So yeah, and that's very much, yeah, for playing really fast and playing on the gem. It's not a style that I play, so playing the Strat is fine for me, because it's a little bit slower, even though I play kind of, you know, I do some tapping and play fast now and again. I'm not at the point of wanting to play really fast and then really fast and then even faster and then even faster. But so some players do that. They just kind of get in that cycle of whatever they can play, they want to play what they can play even faster. You know, the same run, the same arpeggio. So yeah, it's not really for me. So that's why I'd go for the Strat, for not only the tone variation, but just the fact that it's more to do with the way that I play. Myself, my taste. But anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 339,000 subscribers. That is incredible. If you put together a music playlist to represent your life, what are the top 5 songs? Rock. Okay, so thank you for that. Wow, again, this is a question I could take years on. What's the time? It's 28 minutes past 11. So I've got a little bit of time. But, right, just to save thinking time, I'll say don't stop me now. That's relevant, because I say about always pushing forward, and just if you have the idea to do something, then do that rather than just thinking about doing it and it always being an idea or something that you're going to do in the future. So yeah, don't stop me now. I'm trying to think songs to represent my life. Okay, I was just given that one. That would take quite a lot of thought to think about songs. Okay, More Than a Feeling, just because that's a song that I like quite a lot, and I've said that it's potentially the best song of all time, or at least one of those songs that I put right up there, just because it was the first song that I heard that I thought, wow, that's just got everything in it. But the way that, especially with music, yes, sometimes it is more than a feeling when you're listening to something and you can't place, what it's doing to you or how it's doing whatever it's doing to you. And this is the great thing about the analysis videos. is that, we can look at them in detail and we can see at least the reasons why, with regard to frequency, why something is registering differently, especially with pitch correction. But when somebody's singing sharp, it's a little bit more angsty because it's slightly above the note. When it's below the note, it sounds a little bit more relaxed. So yeah, kind of the feeling of music. So that's 2. For the top 5, okay, right, we've got to find 3 more. And yeah, I don't know, I'll throw this out to the live chat room, so you guys can come up with 3 more songs that describe me or my musical journey. Yeah, because I can't really think of any, because I'll just, Don't Stop Believing, there you go, another one. That's from Journey, because I always say about believing in yourself, and you can achieve anything, and it just takes practice, and it's just keeping the faith in yourself that you can do it, even if people say, oh, you can't do it. Just keep on pushing forward, and don't stop believing. So there you go, there's 3. And I mean, sadly, the cover videos for tonight, I can't choose either of those 2 songs because it's Behind Blue Eyes and Parisian Walkways. So they don't really describe anything, or they aren't an ethos. It's what I do. So there you go, there's 3. Let me think. No, I was going to try and find a bit of an obscure song, but everything I'm thinking of, it's not really related to my life. It's like, for example, Chinese Wall by Philip Bailey popped into my head. I thought, what's that got to do with anything? But anyway, that is my mind. It just throws in random songs, and a little bit of Philip Bailey just popped in there. So anyway, we will move on. Like I said, that's one of those that I could be thinking about for quite a while, but thank you for that, Tammy. So you guys in... Billy said... Never Surrender by Corey Hart, it disappeared off the screen. So I think that's what it was. So thank you for that. Yeah, almost. The thing is, again, talking about surrender, Winger have a song called, it's Time to Surrender. It's just called Time to Surrender. But that's the opposite of never surrendering. So I can't even get that one. Oh, yeah. I mean, every Winger song that I'm going through in my head, Miles Away, no, it's totally irrelevant. 17, totally irrelevant. So you guys will have to come up with that. Elaine says we're off to see The Wizard. Yeah, I'm trying to think what that would relate to. I have seen the Harry Potter movies quite a lot, so but on a... I don't know, a professional standpoint, a career standpoint, I'm not sure what that would refer to. But Cindy says Art Not Commerce, one of my own songs. I think one of my own songs is Cheating, because that is about my journey and doing things for the art of doing them, not for the, obviously, commerce, the making money resulting from what you're creating. So I think that's probably cheating to do that. So, I mean, because I could then say Greed as well, which is very much along the same kind of lines as Art Not Commerce. But then just from a different standpoint of standing in the shoes of, or attempting to be in the shoes of, telling the story of somebody who was in a situation where they, chased the money rather than, doing things for the art form and for, what they stand for and authenticity and all that kind of stuff. So I think that would be cheating as well. But Elaine says from The Wizard of Oz. So yes, I know where the song comes from. We're off to see The Wizard, but I don't know how that relates to my career as a musician or kind of describing what I've done. So I knew where it came from. So don't worry about that. Thank you, Tammy, for that donation. And so there's maybe one more song or 2 that you guys could maybe come up with in the live chat room. But thank you for that. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. So thank you for this, Debbie. And the message is, hi, Phil. Congrats on 339,000 subscribers. How many chocolate oranges did you end up with after Christmas? You are awesome. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And the answer to this is either 5 or 6 chocolate oranges. And it might have been 6. So this is the thing that I did drop quite a serious hint to anybody who would listen to me about getting a chocolate orange for Christmas. So yeah, I think it was in the ballpark of 5 or 6. And all of them are gone now. Even one of them that I had was... Oh, actually, no, I've got 2 left over. So that's 5, 6, 7, 6 or 7 maybe. So I've got... 2 left over. One of them, which I thought I wouldn't like, was the popping candy. So it was like in the chocolate. And it was quite nice because, which I wasn't expecting, because I ate the chocolate and it popped a little bit. But then, because I have my chocolate with tea, when I then drink the tea, it then went a bit crazy popping in my mouth. So I thought, oh, that was quite... Not that it's going to make it taste of anything different, but I thought, oh, it's interesting. And the first bit of the chocolate was good. So yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Yeah, so I think I've got 2 left. But what I am doing at the moment is trying to, get a little bit more healthy and not eating as much sugar and all that kind of stuff. And I've been watching videos about lots of different health conditions and things that I do find interesting, because I studied sports nutrition at college and university. So that's like 5 years of studying nutrition from a sports perspective. So I know a bit about nutrition and, high glycemic foods, low glycemic foods, even though the glycemic index, basically, if it's high glycemic, it means that after eating something, you get an increase in blood sugar, which then your body releases insulin to then counteract that. And low glycemic means that when you eat something, your body doesn't have a spike of sugar. It's basically not putting any demands on your body. It can kind of just keep on going how it's going. Therefore, all of the cells in your body are working at optimum levels because it's not having to try and counteract something that's been spiked and is now trying to level something out. So, yeah, I've been watching videos recently on that. And, yeah, it's really interesting stuff because, yeah, with the videos I've been watching, lots of different people have had lots of different ailments and cancer as well. I was watching a video with the top cancer doctor who was talking with another doctor, and he was saying, and there's this one guy that was featured who had stage 4 cancer, and it got to the point where the doctor said there's nothing we can do for you, unfortunately, and so he just had to see out his time, sadly. But he went back to doing this diet that this cancer doctor suggested, and it's basically going back to cavemen times, which I have to say, for the last probably 20 years, and probably since studying nutrition, I've always thought that we've spent millions of years evolving from eating meat. That's how our bodies work, and we've had that as our diet just to be around as a species. So suddenly going to, in 1 or 2 generations, a fully vegetarian or vegan diet, I've always thought that it's like trying a new drug. You don't know what the side effects are going to be. And basically this doctor was saying that, unfortunately, one of the side effects is that you're forcing your body to work now really hard to break down these processed foods, to constantly battle blood sugar and all that kind of stuff. And, in a nutshell, the sugar and the glucose and the glucamine, the glucosamine that is in your body from processed foods, that feeds cancer, so then it can grow. As soon as you take that out of the equation and just literally don't get any sugar, it's got nothing to feed on, and then your immune system can start to counteract it. But the body's so busy dealing with, blood sugar and all that kind of stuff, it never gets the opportunity to fight the particular disease, whatever it may be. It has, in the different videos I've watched, it has had an effect on lots of different conditions, but cancer, especially this top doctor, he was saying, sadly, by telling people that, maybe try changing your diet, that doesn't make money for big organizations. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not a doctor. You can go and watch videos on that kind of thing if you want to, but I just found it interesting when he was talking about mitochondria and all the things that I know about from a sports perspective. What he was saying made sense to what I know about nutrition, the way that the body works. So, really interesting stuff. But anyway, you can watch this is not the channel for that kind of thing. It's just something that I am interested when I saw a particular video, and why, when I'm talking about trying to be a little bit more healthy, of course, sugar, and especially chocolate oranges, they are high glycemic. They have a lot of, they're a processed food, but they have a lot of sugar in. So when you eat that, you do get a spike in blood sugar, which is why I only have 4 segments at one time, and I have just one a day, so 4 segments a day. That's what I have. And tea is low glycemic as well to try and counteract it. But I'm lucky in that I don't eat a lot of sugar anyway, so I'm not diabetic or anything like that. So I think historically my body hasn't had to work hard at any point to now suddenly have to balance its sugar levels. It's like I have it once a day, and then for the next 24 hours it's got a chance to get back to being in control of itself until I then eat it the next day. So, which definitely has happened over the last few weeks. But anyway, thank you for that, Debbie. And that's a conservative estimate between 6 and 8 is where that's what I'm going to say how many I have had. So, not had, I've got 2 left. So thank you for that, Debbie. And Janice has donated £35 as well. So thank you for that, Janice. And the message is, hey, Phil, about your Celine analysis, I listened to a very popular vocal coach reacting to the exact same pitch-corrected video. And she talked about how much emotion there was in Celine's voice. And the performance actually brought her to tears. Not everyone hears a robot. Thanks for telling it like it is, even if you get some backlash. So thank you for that, Janice. And yes, and this is another thing I have seen quite a few, and people link me to these videos with vocal coaches who are watching videos and what they're listening to is pitch corrected. And it's one of 2 things. Either they can't hear it, and that might be the case, that they literally can't hear pitch correction, that their ears aren't sensitive enough. And I've said before about, I can hear it because, I've been tuning my guitar to 440 hertz since the age of 11. So it's like 30 years of hearing 440 hertz. So when a voice is hitting that frequency, it doesn't sound natural because, it's just wrong. The human voice doesn't work like that, which I know a lot of people will be thinking, well, if the human voice doesn't work like that, why wouldn't a vocal coach know that it doesn't work like that? And I don't know. All I can say is that they can't hear it. So that's one explanation, that, not everybody's ears are as sensitive. And maybe they can't hear the difference between being slightly sharp and being slightly flat. They kind of just think they think that 440 hertz is being really accurate. They can't tell that it's not the human voice. So, it does surprise me, considering how the vocal cords work. Maybe they don't have the knowledge of production to know that vocal cords can't vibrate with a variation level of 0 cents, because that's what pitch correction does. It squashes it to 0 cents. And vocal cords vibrate, so it means that they're coming together and pushing apart, and you get an oscillation of the sound, therefore a natural change in pitch. It doesn't go in a straight line because vocal cords don't come together and stop. They are vibrating, they're moving, therefore the note is moving. It should be moving. It doesn't go in a straight line. So they don't, I don't know whether they know that or not, but yeah, I don't know. I can't understand how it can't be heard because I'm not a vocal coach, but I can hear it and I know how vocal cords work just with learning to sing myself, that being spot on like that is literally impossible. And we know it is because the hundreds, if not thousands, probably thousands now, it's maybe up and around 2,000 videos, but maybe the 1,000 plus analysis videos that we've done, we know the voice doesn't work like that. So for a person not to point that out is strange. So you've got that. The other more cynical answer, the only other reason that I can think of is that they're telling people what they know they want to hear in a video. So if there's a particular video that's had like millions of views and everyone says how amazing it is, obviously the quickest video that you can make yourself is just to say, oh, it's amazing and I love it and it's so full of emotion, and then maybe cry if you can. I can't cry on demand, but if you can, again, I'm going with the cynical view here that you know that's going to get views because you're saying what people want to hear. That's definitely not what I'm doing with pitch correction, but you're saying what people are wanting to hear, backing up what they've already said about it being amazing, being pitch perfect, having so much emotion, and then, yeah, maybe having an emotional reaction to it, because unfortunately on YouTube, that will get more views. So that's the cynical way of looking at it, that if they're not even mentioning pitch correction, then it might be the case that it's just literally a video for views. And yeah, that might be what it is. I think that, yeah, if a vocal coach can't hear it and maybe they don't know how the vocal cords work, then there's that. So that's all I can say. All I can do is watch a video with my experience and my knowledge and point out what I see and what I know as fact. And yeah, if there is a pitch corrected performance, I'm not gonna, I don't know why you would not say that it is pitch corrected, because especially if you've got vocalists watching who are learning to sing, why would you not tell them that if you sing into the pitch monitoring, any pitch monitoring app or pitch monitoring software, you literally won't be able to do this. So let's just get that out of the way at the beginning of this video. If you're trying to do a performance in exactly the same way as Celine Dion in this video, you're not going to be able to do it. It's going to be physically impossible for you. So as a vocalist, take that on board, and now we'll get into the analysis. That's what I would say, because to say anything else, I think would be misleading, because you're setting a bar for people watching your channel who want to learn to sing or maybe do sing. It's setting the bar at an impossible level that you will never get that. No matter how long you sing for, the best vocalist in the world will never do that. So yeah, anyway, I don't really have an answer as to how vocal coaches and other people can't hear it. I know that there are just reaction channels and they're not necessarily singers or vocal coaches who don't spot it. But for those kind of channels, I would expect that because they're not in the industry and they haven't been hearing frequencies all of their lives and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that it just is what it is, as they say in the USA. I think we say that occasionally here as well. Oh, talking about... Oh, let me skip the advert there. So, yes, having said about in the USA, some people said on my Celine Dion video, oh, I can't believe that you swore in the title. And as you guys know, swearing is something that was not allowed in my house. So saying hell here in the UK is absolutely normal. We say there's heaven and hell. We don't bleep out the second word. So yeah, I did say on Patreon, there's even a series called Hell's Kitchen, like with Gordon Ramsay. So it's actually got hell in the title. So yeah, it's not seen as a swear word here at all. There are other words that I think people say in the USA that we say, or we see them as swear words here. But hell, I mean, is so... It doesn't even register here as anything bad at all, because, I mean, first of all, you've got to believe in it for it to actually exist. So, yeah, if you don't believe in it, then it's just a word like any other word. So, yeah, maybe it's a religious thing, but yeah, certainly not something that has ever been bad to say here. In fact, a lot of people will say, hell instead of using a stronger word, as in saying what the, they would put hell in there rather than what we would class as the alternative that is a swear word. And I'm sure all of you know what that swear word would be, but here in the UK, that word is a swear word, but hell isn't a swear word. So that's why hell has been put in that place. Because, there's no way, certainly with my upbringing, that I would ever get away with using the other word, because I'd be homeless as a child. But anyway, thank you for this donation from Carl for £18.84, and the message is gift. So thank you for that, Carl, for that gift over on PayPal. And Janice has donated £7.54, so thank you for that, Janice. And the message is, it looks like the moderator is not anonymous anymore. Hello, Stuart. So thank you for that, Janice. And yes, so with the moderators that are on the channel, they do keep an eye on everything going on, and they try not to get involved, but every now and again they will have to step in for something. So yes, they are looking over the live chat room. Now the thing is, they don't get involved with the channel in any way. I mean, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know the problems that we went through with moderators, and then moderators messaging people messaging moderators, and having different points of views and all that kind of stuff. And then people would message me about another person's point of view that they thought was wrong, and then somebody else would message me saying they didn't agree with what this person said, and it got very complicated. And in order just for me to keep live streaming, I then had to do things a slightly different way, which was have moderators who aren't involved with the channel, but they just tune in on live streams. So they just tune in on a Tuesday at 11 and on a Saturday at 11, and that's all they do, and they don't message or leave comments on the channel or anything. So that's just how I had to change it in order to keep on live streaming, because it wasn't something I wanted to have to stop. So I made how long ago was that now? Maybe a year ago. I made an executive decision to just say, look, let's draw a line under everything. Let me take a bit of time off, organise some other moderators just to do things how I think they need to be done. And thankfully, fingers crossed, things are okay in that live chat room. But they will get involved now and again if they need to. But they very much just try and keep everything flowing, and only really have to pop in when there are a breach of the guidelines. And you can find the guidelines, as always, in the description below of every live stream, but in this live stream as well. So thank you for that, Janice. And CW has donated £1.99. So thank you for that, CW. And the message is something that I can't read because it's much too small, but it's a purple heart, it looks like. So thank you for that. And it's well too small, but I think it says something on it. Maybe it doesn't. But thank you, Bill, as well, who has donated $10. And the message is, hello, Phil. Congrats on 339,000 subscribers. Phil, have you ever done an analysis of the artist Demi Roussos, and do you know who he is? So thank you for that. And I'm not sure, because the way that I said his name, whether I'm thinking of somebody else and that I've actually not pronounced it correctly, so I don't know. But for some reason I didn't say the S. Demis. I suppose it could be like Dennis, but I naturally said Demi Roussos. So I don't know. That is the answer. I don't know. But obviously, if I knew who he was, I'd be able to give you a little bit of information on him. So I don't so far. And I have obviously never done an analysis on him either because of that. Generally, when I've done an analysis video on someone, I at least have a bit of information on them. I've listened to a few of their songs if there's somebody that I haven't heard of before. So thank you for that, Bill. Now we are going to be jumping into tonight's cover video, which looks like it's going to be Behind Blue Eyes. So it seems that Parisian Walkways has missed out again. So we will be jumping into this. Let me just make that official by ending the poll over there, which is now done. And yes, it was Behind Blue Eyes. So we're going to be jumping into my version of the Who classic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you after. Rock!
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be fated, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance, it's never free. What it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. None of my pain or woe can show through. But my dreams, as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance, it's never free.
And there we have it. I think at the end of that video, there's some talking, so I have to leave it a little bit early because it's almost midnight here, and we have hit the likes goal for tonight of 385. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. You can keep on doing that if you want to, and if you're watching this in the future on catch up, you can keep on hitting that thumbs up as well. So we are going to be having the fill jam, but I was wondering whether we could squeeze in a fill tune, and let me just look at how long 104B is going to be. 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Okay, the fill jam track for tonight is a long one, so it means we might have time for a fill tune. I might just have a quick look over on Patreon to see what was requested over there. Phil tune wise, Tammy asked for the fireworks, Scrolling down, Phil Toon the bassist, and scrolling down. I'm trying to. Oh, that was Joe's Phil Jan number 104B. Phil Toon Fireworks, okay, and Phil Toon Fireworks. So I think either last week or the week before, I added the fireworks cartoon to this software. So we're about to find out. Here we go. We're going to be jumping into, hopefully, the fireworks real life story, and then we'll have the Phil Jam after that. So I will see you guys in a second. Rock!
So, Phil, it was great to have you on the show this morning. Thank you for getting up at this ungodly hour to talk with me. Our audience absolutely loved it. In fact, we've had one call since the interview, so things are hectic, which is a great sign.
Thanks, Steve, it's no problem. Having one call so far is great, even though it sounded suspiciously like a wrong number from your response.
Oh my actual gosh. I just had the most fantastic idea for you that couldn't possibly backfire or end in total disaster.
That sounds ominous, but I will hear you out given that you're a well-respected DJ in the local vicinity.
I know the organizer of the biggest fireworks show in the area. He's booking acts this year to perform in front of the crowd. Last year there were 6,000 people there. Oh wow, this is going to be amazing.
Well, guff me. I was not expecting that, as it does sound like a fantastic opportunity. We are normally offered fantastic gigs in front of toilets or in pubs that look like libraries, basically anything that guffs us royally.
Trust me. There will be a big stage, a festival-sized sound system due to the crowd size. Every single last detail will be meticulously organized.
Wow. Finally an event that is going to be organized properly, ha 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 ha.
So, the show is in 4 weeks' time. I hope that's okay?
Well, that is soon. But, with 2 or 3 rehearsals a week at a substantial cost to myself, hiring session musicians and rehearsal space, it is possible. It will mean emptying my bank account, but no matter. In the end it will all be worth it to play in front of 6,000 people, and I'll make the money back from merch and album sales. I will also get a few thousand flyers made up to hand out to promote the album, as it'll be most definitely and undoubtedly fantastically worth it and totally not something I'm going to regret. Well, this is a little queer. I'm sure this was the exact location I have been given for the festival stage. Surprisingly, I somehow can't seem to hear the clanking of the stage crew assembling the stage and sound system.
Hello, Steve here.
Oh hi Steve, it's Phil.
You have reached my phone. I'm unable to take your call right now as I'm on holiday for 3 weeks currently and haven't taken my phone.
Oh ruddy heck.
Please leave a message.
Okay, this is not ideal. Maybe I'll ask that guy standing by that burger van. I have been avoiding eye contact, but needs must. Hello there. I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for the location of a fireworks gig happening later tonight.
Hello.
Okay. So do you know the location for the event, and where the stage is?
Well, if you give me maybe 10 minutes, I'll crack on with setting up the stage, as I'm currently snowed under at the moment.
Ha 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 ha. That was a good one, a greatly fantastic joke and piece of banter, even though we have just met. But seriously, where is the stage?
The stage is in the black van over there. It will take me maybe 10 minutes to set up, as it is part of the van. It just folds out.
I have a deep respect for your dry sense of humor and your dedication to maintaining the aforementioned hilarity. Tonight I'm performing with my band, in front of 6,000 people. It's going to be absolutely super crazy on a mental level. I have my merch, flyers, CDs, family to help run the stall, the whole shebang, to recoup the money I've spent over the last 4 weeks to make the most of this fantastic opportunity. I just need to find where the ruddy heck it is.
Are you Phil, from Wings of Pegasus?
No doubt you just purely recognize me from my distinctive look, having checked me out on the internet, after my most excellent radio interview. I really highly doubt to the strongest level of conviction that it's because you have anything to do with what I'm talking about, or at least, I pray to the Lord of Guff that is the case.
Was it Steve from the radio station you spoke with?
Oh, guff off. Apologies for that outburst. But, I've just been hit by the disturbing reality that this may well, indeed, as ruddy ridiculous as it sounds, not be the sickest of all jokes.
Yes, Wings of Pegasus will be playing in the van tonight, and no, there will not be 6,000 people here. The fireworks are happening in another field, and we decided to keep the music separate.
Well, that is fantastic news. My family will be overjoyed at the prospect of watching me and my band's headline set for 30 minutes, that we've been rehearsing religiously for 4 weeks, faced with the prospect of selling all the merch and CDs to no one.
A few things about that. The stage, which is just a van with the side removed, doesn't have space for more than one person. In fact, there are no mics or capability for live music. Also, your set has been reduced to 4 minutes as we have booked some school children to perform interpretative dance for 25 minutes before you. Therefore, you will have to perform to a backing track that is under 4 minutes. You can sing to that as I have a mic and small PA. By the way, the mic doesn't fit any mic stand ever designed in the history of the earth, so it will strike you in the face mid-performance.
By mid-performance, you mean 2 minutes into the performance?
Precisely.
Fantastic, this really is a dream come true. Like a dream where my bum is being guffed repeatedly, in the face. Well, I can just see my band arriving now with their families to see this epic show in front of 6,000 people. It's really amazingly great actually, because I've not only wasted all my money preparing for this, but I can tell my band they've just wasted 4 weeks of their lives. Even better, they can tell their families who have all traveled here, that there is no crowd and they might as well guff off back home. Unruddy believable.
And there we have it. That was the real life story for tonight. And I think I saw a few people comment saying, did this really happen? And yes, it did actually happen. For real. And I mean, people ask me why I don't go out on tour or do gigs that are organised by other people. There's the evidence. So yeah, that happened exactly as the cartoon says. So there were school children who were booked to do dancing before the headline band. So it meant that I only had 4 minutes to get up on stage, and the band obviously couldn't set up because the stage wasn't big enough for them. They didn't have any mics to do it anyway. They had one mic, so like karaoke. So I had to sing over one of my own songs. So there you go. Going from performing in front of 6,000 people at a festival type setup stage to standing basically in a van with a microphone. Yeah, so that was very depressing at the time, but there you go. I'm here, so it all happened for a reason. And the reason I've got my guitar is because we're going to be doing a Phil Jam now. So let's jump into the message, find where it is, 104B. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this on catch up, you can still hit the thumbs up. It really does help the live stream to get out there, but for the channel to grow on the whole. And if you're a Facebook user, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page over on Facebook. You can join in there and get your hands on any merch. If you do, then you can upload a picture of you modelling it and I'll show it on the live streams and Laura will link me to the picture. So yes, you can do that. And by the way, the merch is in the tray underneath this video. If you haven't got a tray, there's a link in the description below to get your hands on mugs and hoodies and hats and bucket hats, all that kind of stuff, and tumblers. Anyway, let's get into this
Welcome to
click
Reverb.
on it, and there's going to be an advert, so I'll mute that and let it play through. So this is a dark. Hang on, let me skip that advert. Right, dark, atmospheric, melodic rock backing track in E flat minor, and this is coming from YouTube, or YT in capital letters, Jam Tracks. 2 separate words. This is sometimes the problem because the screen is so small, it means that I can't see, sometimes it gets abbreviated, the channel name, but that's what it is in full. YT YouTube Jam Tracks. So this is in E flat minor. So my guitar, full disclosure, is not tuned to E flat, even though I do tune my Geo to E flat. So we'll have a go with this. Generally, I think if you're jamming over something in E flat, especially if it's heavy, you're most likely to be tuned down to E flat anyway. But let's give this a go, see what happens. Oh, turn on the microphone, I remembered. Zoom out, I remembered. Oh, this is all a bit... doesn't sound particularly heavy at the moment. Can you hear this? So just waiting to see if you can hear this. The mic is on. I don't want to kind of keep on playing if you can't hear what I'm doing. Okay, Deborah says, oh great, sound is good. Excellent. Oh, something heavy's going on. What shall I change to here? Maybe some people got an advert. It didn't show on my screen that there's going to be one. Unbelievable. clean with a wah wah. We'll give it a go and see what it sounds like. It's alright. Not changing, but maybe we're close to the end. Oh, 30 seconds. We kind of had a cool ending as well. Oh, stop it before the adverts. Yeah, there we have it. So, quite a long one for tonight at over 8 minutes in length. But that was tonight's Phil Jam number 104B. So, thank you, Joe, for sending me the new list of backing tracks as well. So, we've got a lot more to come in the future, but also letting me know last time I clicked on the wrong 104. So we've got the right 104 tonight. It's very, very clear. So there we have it. A little bit of dark, atmospheric, melodic rock backing track in E flat minor. Look out for that if you are playing along in standard tuning, because especially if you play in E minor a lot, it is so tempting to kind of go down to an open E string or play harmonics, and then you realise, oh, hang on, no, it's going to be a semitone out. So, yeah, this from YouTube Jam Tracks. So I'm just checking that again. Yeah, YT, capital Y, capital T, Jam Tracks. So anyway, oh, there was another donation. So thank you for these. Orlando donated $5. Thank you for that. The message was, sorry, I am late. I am glad we are hitting that like button. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Tortoro Porco has donated $6.99 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, such a beautiful guitar solo on this. So thank you for that. Maybe that was, I don't know when that was. Maybe that was for the cover video. It might have happened quite a long time ago. Yeah, 11:57. So yeah, that would have been at the cover video. So thank you for that as well. We are going to be back with another video tomorrow night. We're going to be live streaming again, of course, on Saturday night, same time, same place, 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. So if you can make it, I will be here. We have just had a donation from Myra as well. Myra Jean, who's just donated $10. So thank you for that. And that is a straight up donation. Thank you guys for all of your very kind donations tonight. You don't have to donate, as I always say, but they are very much appreciated and do make a huge difference. So thank you for the donations and you guys at the bottom of the screen, as always, for making this all possible in the first place. I'm going to be off now, and yeah, look out for that video tomorrow night, and I'll see you guys hopefully on Saturday if you are around. And Orlando's just popped in with a very last ditch donation, and it's $2, so thank you for that, Orlando. Just got it in before the end. The message is that Rockhorn's statue a trophy? So thank you for that. And no, it's just a statue to hold headphones. So something that my sister gave me for Christmas, or not the year just gone, but the year before that. So there we go. But yeah, it's very handy to hold headphones, and it just goes very well with the channel as well. So thank you for that, Orlando. Right, all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!